We have Bob Kotyk, who wrote and directed The Border at Tolstoy. A beautiful, beautiful movie. Congratulations. And
thank you.
Welcome to the Canadian Independent Film Festival.
Thanks very much.
Can you please talk to us a little bit about your background as a filmmaker? How did it start?
I'm from Winnipeg originally, and when I studied film at the University of Manitoba, and so I started out as a writer of screenplays for another filmmaker, and then we had a major project come out in 2015, and that's when I moved to Toronto and started making my own films. So I've been making shorts now since then, and The Border of Tolstoy is my 6th short.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yes. So can you talk to us a little bit about the movie? What is the subject exactly? Where is the border of Border Tolstoy, and what is the general story about the movie?
Tolstoy, Manitoba is a real place in southeast Manitoba. It's the home of the former Ukrainian bloc settlements. So these are tracts of land that in the 19th century and 20th century, early 20th century, were home to Ukrainian immigrants coming from, at that time, Austria-Hungary, before there even was a Ukraine. And I think they identified as not even Ukrainian, they were called Ruthenian, which is the old way of saying Ukrainian. But my grandfather used to take me there because his elderly aunts lived there. So I was going to see my grandfather's aunts. And they were an interesting trio of ladies, and they were... and well, anyway, I at the time when I was a kid, I found it incredibly boring to go there. But only as an adult did I realize that there was something kind of strange and unique about this, these Ukrainian villages transplanted to the middle of the Canadian prairies. And then I decided at a certain point to set a story there. Yeah.
And the story is about what exactly?
It's about a border guard, because this area in southeast Manitoba is right on the border of Canada and the United States, who is just going about her day in bucolic surroundings, and thinking that things are going to be just normal, kind of like comings and goings at the border.
And normally, probably at that border, it's very calm.
It's a very calm border. Yeah. And then something strange happens. A visitor arrives who kind of, I guess, does this, uses an experimental weapon that separates her mind from her body, and she kind of floats around the area, almost as an introduction to the region itself. The film almost sort of becomes a little documentary about the area through the kind of eyes of this floating consciousness of the border guard.
So Tolstoy. She goes around the city, and you see the whole city.
You see the towns in the area, and she's sort of confused, but also sort of rolls with it, and then the film sort of lands in another place where she is observing another situation that's occurring, almost like another audience member. So you're put in a position with her watching something unfold that's maybe a little bit disturbing, a little bit tense, and you and her are watching this in this sort of sense of powerlessness.
But it's a beautiful way to have written that movie, because we feel a little bit, as it's a surrealism. She flies from one place to other. What are we seeing exactly?
Yeah,
it's really it brings the audience to think differently.
It's meant to be a little discombobulating. And I thought it would be sort of interesting, but also I wanted to ground that experience so that you really went on a ride. You went on a journey with her as she leaves her body and kind of floats around the area, and then watches this other situation kind of happening. There's a lot that happens in this film, even though it's a short film. But I wanted to be kind of careful to let the audience given the audience enough information that they were along for the ride. You're following and you're feeling the feelings of the character. Yeah.
A beautiful story. Congratulations for a movie like that.
Thank you.
And what are your projects right now? Are you writing? Are you directing? What is happening right now?
I'm writing. Well, I've done 6 shorts now, and I've co-written a feature. So I just sort of see it as a logical progression now to write and direct my own feature, and so that's the plan.
And where are we in the plan? Are we in pre-production, production, post-production?
I've got 2 features, and we're in the process of raising money for one of them, and another one I'm writing right now. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. For Border of Tolstoy, did you get any grants from? You shot it in Manitoba.
Yeah.
But it's an Ontarian movie, or it's a Manitoba movie.
I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba originally, and but I live in Toronto. The funding for this film came through the Shevchenko Foundation, which is a Ukrainian-Canadian cultural foundation, and so we were very lucky to get support for the shoot itself, and then another grant for post from them. So thank you, Shevchenko Foundation, because that really made this film possible.
Of course,
their support. Yeah.
Each penny helps. Yeah, no.
Exactly. Yeah, and we had a lot of support too from the Manitoba Film and Music, which is they provided support for the Scout at the very beginning.
Okay.
And then we actually had some support from the towns themselves, the municipalities that were involved in the shoot.
So that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So thank you very much for submitting your beautiful movie to our Canadian Independent Film Festival.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.